Gillian, Keegan.
Deputy Speaker. It's a great pleasure to follow the Honourable Member for Strangford, indeed my first time to follow the Honourable Member for Strangford. We are all aware that since joining what was then the EC, the UK fishing industry has steadily declined from landings of 1 million tonnes then to around 400,000 today. Despite this, the industry still contributes £1.3 billion to the UK economy and provides over 34,000 jobs nationwide. Now, in the South East, the industry is small, representing just over 1% of the jobs in the sector, but there are communities where fishing is the lifeblood of the town. Selsey, in my constituency, services much of the surrounding coastline, including Chichester Harbour, bringing in annual landings turnover of £1 million, as well as boasting the best crab in the country. Selsey's small but active fishing industry has around 15 boats, mostly under 10-metre vessels and over 4 and over 10 metres. Over 10 metres. Similarly, across the UK, our fishing fleet is comprised predominantly of smaller vessels. Only around 1/5 of our vessels are over 10 metres long. Today you will see large vessels from France and Belgium fishing just 6 miles off the coast of Selsey, and the vast majority of our local fishing is done within a 10-mile radius, so this is rather unwelcome. We hope that change is on the horizon, as this bill will set out the framework to make the UK once again an independent coastal state, and with that comes the ability to control our exclusive economic zone, reinstating our foreign sovereign right to explore, exploit, conserve and manage our seas. This change will mean that foreign vessels will have to seek permission to fish here, and in cases like Selsey, I hope that also means we can provide some breathing space so our local fleet can access nearshore fishing grounds without competition. One of the biggest changes brought about by this bill will be our ability to implement a fair quota system, as currently it is anything but. In the English Channel, for example, it has been mentioned the French take 83% of the cod. By contrast, UK fishers can only take 9%. So it was no surprise to hear the French President and his Europe Minister calling for guaranteed access to our waters over the past few days. And the UK has led the way to sustainable fisheries. We have been instrumental in setting rates at levels that will deliver a maximum sustainable yield by 2020, ensuring that species numbers remain stable for future generations. Self-regulation does provide opportunity to be more flexible and responsive to species population changes, allowing fishermen to take advantage of increases in fish populations, and it has already been suggested that quotas for rays and skates could be increased by as much as 20%. A big cause for concern within the industry is how to get more people into fishing. The Economics Foundation report highlighted one of the biggest barriers for new entry is cost. New fishers willing to join the industry are required to purchase vessels with existing track records to access quotas. And this is a significant obstacle to those wishing to enter the profession and has the tendency to mean older vessels are overvalued. So I hope that in the near future, the government can work with organisations like the NFFO to establish taster days and promote apprenticeships in this vital industry, which we can and should regenerate. To conclude, Mr Deputy Speaker, this debate is not about the disadvantage of the past, but about the opportunity of the future. The change ahead of us will reinvigorate our fishing industry, create prosperity for coastal communities, all whilst continuing to ensure our fisheries are sustainable for future generations. And I believe we can do all of this and more if we develop strategies to help get more people into the industry who will help bring in a new era of growth for our fishing industry. British fishermen have faced decades of disadvantage, but by ensuring our seas are once again sovereign, we will turn the tides. And I would like to close with a quote from the President of the NFFO, Tony Delahunty, as he is a constituent of mine. The National Federation of Fishermen Organisations' view is that the withdrawal agreement and future agreement is an extremely important first step towards a new future for the UK as an independent coastal state. And they are keen to ensure that there are no links between fishing rights and trade in future negotiations. Thank you.